Hi friend, David here from Learn Christmas Lighting, and today I am super pumped because I want to talk again about should you choose xLights, Vixen, or Light-O-Rama for your sequencing software, for your Christmas light display. And the reason why I'm redoing this video, I know I made one last year and I've written articles about it and stuff, is because when it comes to software, the landscape is always changing. There's always things being different. There's always updates coming out, and you just got to keep this stuff up to date. And so I hope this video today is really going to help you to do that. Now, if you're brand new to Christmas lighting and I throw out the term sequencing, you might say, okay, David, what does sequencing mean? What is that? All sequencing is, what that term means is taking a music track that you want for your Christmas light show, or just time if you're not doing music, and laying down different effects on different parts of your Christmas light display during different parts of that music. You can do sequencing yourself in this hobby. You can also buy or get free sequences from various places and import those into your display. Okay, so now that we know what sequencing is, when you're first getting into this, the question can become, should you go with Vixen? Should you go with xLights? Should you go with Light-O-Rama? What software should you use? Well, when we do some comparison, I think the winner is pretty clear, but let me first start and just talk about my history. So I'm going to open up Vixen here first, actually. So I first started with Vixen. I did. And my first year I did a Christmas light display, I started with Vixen. So Vixen is a older software that was around, I believe, before xLights, and offers the ability to run a pretty solid little show. Now, I've got a couple caveats here in 2021 and beyond with Vixen. It's not that I'm a Vixen hater. I just think for a lot of things, it's stuck in the past. And so I really don't recommend it to people anymore. In fact, I'm even going to stop covering it here on this channel just because I thought I would see more people interested in using it. But over the course of the year, we'll talk about some reasons why. I just haven't seen that much interest in it. So what you get in Vixen, you get this window that pops up here, and you basically have a sequence area. So here's an old sequence that I did, and I just updated this. Hopefully nothing explodes. So you get your sequence here. This is a song here. I'm just going to mute my audio, though, just in case. And then you have an effect editor window. You've got your different models on the side. It looks like the other sequencing programs. You drag in effects, you're good to go. Sequencing's pretty solid on Vixen, and I like it. It works well, okay? Does it have all the power tools that xLights has? No, but, there's some nice things here. Like, the one advantage it has is, I don't know if you can see this, but in the vertical realm, when you have multiple effects that you just drag in over top of each other, it automatically makes layers in there. You don't have to make the layers like in xLights. I think that's kind of cool, but overall, a pretty minor detail. Where Vixen really falls short in my mind, and it didn't used to be this way, is in the display setup, okay? And the preview setup. So the setup display, this is the controller tab in xLights. This is where you set up your different controllers and you bring in all of your different props, your different elements, and you match them up to those controllers, okay? This is the old school way of doing it. This is how it used to work, right? Where I have to find every light, I have to highlight it, or every prop, and then I have to drag it over to this other side and place it somewhere on my controller. And I do that for everything. And if I want to redo things, honestly, besides a very simple moving around, I'm going to unpatch my controller completely and start from scratch. It's kind of a nightmare. This used to be how it was done, but today there's just so many better options. And to be honest, when I talk about xLights versus Vixen, I used to tell people, because this was true, I said, hey, xLights has more features, it's more complicated, you may get overwhelmed by that, so if you're doing a simple show, start with Vixen. I said that, and that's what I did. But today, xLights, in the past year even, I have watched it make so many leaps and bounds in the setup that any extra complication in the software or any extra, depth that you can do or extra features that you can run into that could possibly overwhelm you in xLights, those are easily overshadowed by the fact that it's just so darn easy to set your stuff up. And they've really worked hard at that, the developers, and I love that. So we're going to close Vixen. Like I said, I used to recommend it. If you're using it and you've used it in the past and you're not making massive changes to your display, keep using it, whatever. But this is xLights. Just pulled it up, latest version here, which is version 2021-02. And what really sets xLights apart for me is it's just so dang easy to set this thing up. I mean, if you're beginning at this, it's not as easy as like just pressing a button and making it happen. Like you plug in a mouse to your computer and it just works, right? It's not that easy, but it's pretty close, okay? So I've got a controller in here, this Falcon F48. It's not plugged in right now. But all you've got to do is you plug in your controllers, set up your IP addresses on your controller's web pages. That part's technically optional. You hit discover, and it's going to find those controllers. It finds them. Then you go ahead, you set the number of universes you want. So like this is an F48. I'm going to give it 96 universes. You could give it more, but that'll be enough for my needs. You could give it 100 just to be nice and neat, whatever. Doesn't matter. And then you can actually go ahead and double click on this. Oops, not double click on this. Sorry, click on it and press visualize. And as long as you're not outputting to lights, this is like the big thing here, is you see all the different ports that are on your Falcon. You see any models, anything that's in your display that's not assigned, and you just drag those darn things over and they work, right? Now, the only area that you run into issues here is, and I believe this is what's running into it on mouse over here. Yeah, is that this matrix is running at a lower percentage than these two. And so it does not let me put them on the same port. It does not work if it's down like this, okay? But if I go ahead and move these, to port 17, boom, and I think the star actually might be at a different percentage. No, it's good. I can go ahead, I can put this together. Actually, it looks like I have different brightnesses, and they are working now. So that used to be a caveat of this. Different brightness things used to not work, okay? And so you literally just go in and click and drag, move your stuff around. And then you can take a screenshot of this or, bring your laptop outside while you're setting up or whatever and know exactly what plugs into each port where they are. But it gets better. It gets better. So on the setup, it used to be that you would have to go, and this was killer. This was a long process. You would have to go and press upload output, and that would then upload it to the controller. And for any controllers that are supported, that will work. So it works with the Falcon stuff, works with the Culp stuff, works with some other controllers as well. Okay? Used to be you had to press this button and then it would upload the output. You don't even have to do that anymore. Okay? This is nuts. This stuff blows me away because I've been working with lighting and lighting control for a long time. Working with Christmas lights for a while too. And the fact that there's these boxes here, if your controller's supported, called auto layout models, auto size, and a full layout, full xLights control. And if you set this up, it's literally just xLights is gonna do all the figuring out, okay? All of it, 100% of the figuring out. Doesn't matter if you're using E131, if you're using ArtNet, if you're using ZCPP, if you're using DDP. It truly does not matter because it's just gonna go and figure that darn stuff out, okay? Also available, it's not on this controller, but I know it is on the Culps. If I add a Culp controller, I'm going to add an Ethernet, and it's going to be a Culp. Let's just do a K8 because I got one of those over there. And on the Culps, we see auto layout models, auto upload configuration, and auto size. I'm the kind of person who gets a little apprehensive about automatically doing everything. Okay? But in my testing thus far, this works. Like, you fill out that IP address, you set up the type of data you want. It truly, as long as the IDs here are all separate, anything that's not good comes up in red. So let's say this is at 205. And you check those boxes and you go to the visualizer and you drag these things on whatever is extra, and you drag these over. That's all you got to do. Literally all you got to do. And then you look and see if you have any warnings. If you have any warnings, you'll have to figure those out. And you just close this up. You save it. It uploads. What? Yeah, it uploads. And so that's the big thing for me, is that xLights has come leaps and bounds in the setup to the point where a lot of my students, and even myself at times, once you set the IP address of your controller, and if you have a router in the mix, it will assign those, but they may change, so I like to set them statically. Once you set that IP address, like, you're good to go. Everything else can be managed from in here, and then with the auto upload option, it just goes, right? Or even if you don't have the auto, maybe you just do the auto layout. And that wiped out all of my models, of course, but I can pull something back in. Even if you have the auto layout on, or maybe you don't, you upload once, you upload whenever you make a change. It's not a big deal. And then the rest of the time when you're sequencing stuff, you don't touch this and you're good, right? So the setup is where xLights really, in my mind, is set apart from where it used to be, set apart from where Vixen is. It's like anytime one of these gets easier to set up, it's like, why not use it, right? So besides that, you've got the layout tab in xLights, which is like the display preview in Vixen. You bring in different elements here, lines or trees or stars or matrices. You move them around, you hit save, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Then you can bring them on the controller tab. You can assign them to ports by dragging them around on the visualizer, or in the layout here, under any of these guys, you've got controller connection. You can change that port. That's not a problem at all. And you save, and you're ready to rock and roll. Then you go to your sequencer. Boom. You create a sequence. I've got a full guide on doing this. So the basic gist here is that we're really looking at the difference between xLights and Vixen and Light-O-Rama, which we'll talk about here now. And I used to say, I really did, and I'm changing my mind on this, is, if you have a simple show, go with Vixen. But now, with how much xLights has improved the setup and making setup really seamless, it's like, wow, there's no reason in my mind not to skip Vixen. Not only that, just on a personal note, not a personal note, but if you look at the development history, where you look at xLights having new version with new features, and you look at the Vixen versions and what features there may be, Vixen is really kind of stalling out. And that's part of how it's gotten behind, right? It used to be, they were both being developed, but now Vixen, you look at the past year development, and most of the stuff is like bug fixes. They're not really new features. There's really only like one developer working on it. And it's a great piece of work, but at the end of the day, xLights is here. It's solid, it's stable, it's got multiple developers working on it. And they're really working on improving that setup experience, which I think is awesome, especially if you're new to this hobby. So what about Light-O-Rama? In my previous video, I opened up Light-O-Rama, I got in there and I did stuff, but the general gist is this. While xLights is free, though I think you should donate if you use it, I do, and, it doesn't have to be a lot, but you're spending money on this hobby, so, spend a little on the software, right? If you were to buy software like this, it costs more, right? But Light-O-Rama. So Light-O-Rama, when I've been in there, I've worked with it, and when I've talked to students of mine who've used Light-O-Rama, switched over to xLights, it's really geared towards AC lights, towards non-pixel lights. And a lot of Christmas light shows are heavy in pixel lights. Can xLights do AC lights? Absolutely. Is it pretty good? Yeah, the AC lights toolbar in here, if you enable it, you get working with it, you can get moving pretty quick. But Light-O-Rama is designed really just for AC lights, and they've kind of added pixels on as not an afterthought, but they have a really solid base with AC light shows. And so pixels are not the center of attention, nor is it especially easy to get them set up and going. So if you're going to do pixels, there's really no good reason to use Light-O-Rama that I can think of. Okay. I would go ahead, xLights for the win. That's really the point of this. I hate to sound like a broken record, because honestly, when I started this site, I was like, oh man, everybody just talks xLights. Why didn't anybody use Vixen? People must be using this. And, some people do. But at the end of the day, you got to look, when I'm making a recommendation to you, my viewer, I got to think about this and say, okay, what would I do? Not only just looking at, I always tell people with software, accept the software you're using as it is today. And is that good for you? Don't think about, oh, in the future it's going to be better, I should use this software. Don't do that, because you never know when development will stall, when things will slow down, or another alternative will speed up in development. But as it sits today, I really have no good reason to tell people to go on Vixen. I say, xLights is there. This is not a huge hobby. So the fact that we have the most developers over there developing xLights means that it's getting the feature updates, it's getting the improvements that we need to make this hobby easier, more accessible to other people, more fun to be in. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Finding software that helps remove the barriers to sequencing. So, xLights is kind of my winner. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe here, and we will see you over at learnchristmaslighting.com, where I've got a free guide I want to get into your hands about the 3 things you absolutely need to know before you buy any Christmas lighting. I'll see you guys on the site. Thanks.